Everyone, welcome into Dinger City. I've decided to be the bigger man, and instead of crying in the corner if you saw the most recent members game between the two of us, I've decided to bury the hatchet and declare that Tyler is the biggest baller. I'm ready to make that declaration right here.
Damn.
So right here, and I think that bodes well for you here, but we got a great matchup here. I think two baseball minds bringing us some great classic stars off. And, you know, again, congratulations. My feelings a little hurt. This basement is cursed, but I'm so happy to be here.
You know what, man? It's an honor and privilege to have beaten the creator of the format 3-0, undefeated against you specifically. And as the new big ball or whatever you just called me. Oh.
There you go. It didn't.
And as the new Grand Poobah Big Ball, I am renaming it. It's Bear Balla now.
Okay, I like it. Does that mean you have to wear, like, from the Flintstones, the, like, water buffalo hat? Do you have one of those that you could wear for
if anyone with bear merch is encouraged to wear it, it's not required.
Okay, I understand everything. We got Bowser going down on strikes. Dixie slicing and dicing there.
Yeah, so this is different than what we did. We did Bear Balla. They're doing normal stars off the standard Dinger City format. You're going to see clean-cut baseball between one of NetPlay's youngest, brightest, best, not youngest, my bad,
youngest.
and one of Dinger City's best as well.
And just to set the stage a little bit for folks that maybe don't know the NetPlay scene here just a little bit, Hells really is one of the best players out there. You guys had Remke, who basically there's kind of I would argue a three-way tie for three best players in the NetPlay scene. Hells is one of them, Remke is one of them, and then Seth, also another one there.
We'll track him down next.
Yeah, but this is a really cool treat here to see one of your guys' top stars in Jason slugging it out here because Hells has made it to the grand finals of half of the NetPlay Superstars tournaments that he has got or entered in. And for those that aren't aware, NetPlay Superstars are big stars off tournament online. So Jason's up for the challenge here, but I think that this is going to be a good example of a little bit difference in play styles, but we'll see some great ball here. You're a big stars off guy, then I'm assuming.
I am. I think it's been ingrained in me that my go-to format is standard stars off. It's what we do the most here. It's what I got the most training under my belt in. I will say I liked Moonball. I would like Moonball to come back. I like mixing stars on and stars off. I think it's really uncharted territory for most of the community, and Dinger City's always happy to be a pioneer of something wacky.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I really like classics. I know the classics are traditionally stars off, but I like having like a squad. I was telling in the game, it was very clear in the game, you were kind of kicking me around the court in the beginning because I was like, dude, not only have I not played Stars On in months, I've only played with essentially King Boo and Daisy for many months.
And both of those players were big in this series. And we talking about King Boo. Speaking, he appears here, got chemistry with PD on first base, with Birdo there. That's a pitch to fire at, I think, there, but still plenty of opportunities.
I love this guy. I think he has solidified himself as my third or fourth favorite character in the game.
I think certainly an X Factor one. Ooh, this is going to be interesting out at second. I was wondering where the one thing that Boshi is one flaw is just that weaker arm, but no problem there when you can fire it over to second. Escaping 100%. The jam there. It's just so many characters bring so many different things. That's what makes a lot of this game so cool. And each mode, they have different strengths and weaknesses. And that's one of the big differences. When you can get Blind Drive Star Swing, it's such a huge difference there.
Oh, yeah.
Madge, arguably the best Star Swing in the game. Even just thinking about it with the consistency. And here's that fireball.
Oh, good one. Clean
yep.
And the rebate.
You'll take that.
You can't draw it up better than that. That's going to put Hells in the lead.
Yep, and I mean, sheesh. I mean, a free fireball the hard way, but interesting the fireball goes into the river but doesn't extinguish it. So some special properties to the fireball there.
Yeah, it's a little wet.
Mm-hmm.
It's some of that wet fire.
And let's see if Boo, nasty slap, that's going to get down. Mario's going to hold. Runners on the corners here.
Dude, I haven't seen DK chem the PD at home in forever. It is it the fastest throw home, I think, in the game?
It's got to be. And Hell's a big fan of small ball here, so not afraid to bunt and get these runs across.
It's very interesting because we just heard a lot of, you guys can't, we don't have a mic in the audience, but we just heard some very different reactions to the bunt attempt. We heard all of the young, hip, cool people booing, and we heard the only other dinosaur in the audience, Dennis, going, I respect it, it's a good play.
Yes, indeed, it's quite good. Back when the fundamentals were started, back in 1492. Oh, Wario!
You merely adopted the bunt. I was born in it. All right, your guy Luigi up here. Water gun to your head here. Who would you say are your top 3 characters? I think I know one of them. I don't know if I know the other 2.
Water gun to my head, I would probably say it's Bowser, DK, and then of course Luigi.
Oh, Luigi's your 3.
Yeah. I mean, it's personal preference. I think Luigi's one of my favorite characters, but like, I think DK is the true, can do everything for you. Bowser is the force. But then Luigi fills in your roster. He can do 17 other things for you at least. But just, Bowser and DK got a little more cheat codes sometimes. Luigi, you still have to perform because he punishes you if you're not perfect. He reminds you that we're human. And great jump catch there.
Yeah, I think my top 3 are very molded by just like what I've done to the community. Like my number 1 is Boshi. He wouldn't be in this game had I not breathed air on this earth. Number 2 is probably Yif Daddy. Is pretty wild having assigned a nickname to a character and it sticks because there's only like. Maximum there's 54 nicknames that could be given out in this game. So I'm honored to have gotten Yif to stick. And then my 3 is probably Daisy with King Boo closing in. Daisy's like my pet pick, and King Boo's like if I had to have a good character.
Well, the Daisy, I mean, there's a lot of love for the princesses coming in the most recent developments for the Stars off meta, at least in my eyes. A lot of people going with Peach more than Daisy, but there's definitely a lot of Daisy believers out there. But that's the cool thing about this game. Don't let any tier list or meta or any Yahoo tell you that you can't use a character. Go and use them. This is the only reason everyone's like, Luigi stinks, including people in this very basement. But then you just go and you use them, and then you get great results. And like you saw great results from Daisy in the first one. Let's see if we're going to see some good results on this play.
The fact of the matter is simple. If you can put the ball in play, you can pick the character.
Yeah, exactly. And that's in all game modes, too. Big spot here as I'm still emptying the tank here with 4 stars. That's what
I love Noki. Noki is probably my favorite of the green star hitters.
Yeah, Noki is super easily when in a different list of characters I never would have guessed would be good in Mario Baseball. Noki would be
specifically the
top.
Green Noki.
Yeah. Like there's no way like I would have ever been interested in really any variety of the Nokis, and then Green Noki has proven to be like one of the most valuable characters in the game.
That's true. If you just look at the roster, I wouldn't be shocked if I was like, I'm gonna assume whatever this thing is sucks. Like,
I mean, Noki was Poophead growing up for me. That was Noki's name.
Oh,
we didn't like
heartbreaking match play there.
Yep.
Tied up in hits, but Hells does have that 2-run lead still, and you don't love to be down by 2 walking into Bowser in the bro. Now, Jason does think that Bowser's bad. And you know what? I am putting 100% of if that's true or not on this at bet.
I like it right here, and it's either going to be do or die. That's kind of the Bowser way. But Hells one to actually take pitches. The big difference between me and Hells that you'll see in these member games is Hells will actually take a ball. I'll probably swing at just about everything. Perfect.
All right.
Dead center. I think we got our answer.
It's kind of hard to argue with results. Bowser, the best character in the game.
That's dead center. That's a star chance. That's another run on the board there. A very, very convincing argument. If
Picture
I do say
perfect home run. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, dead center field, perfect. Like that was pretty great. And low trage from Boomerang, bro. Hell's NNL luck continuing. Dinger City fans, if you want to check out a cool classic, National Net Play League. We totally ripped off Dinger City and just did that and did our own classic. If you want to check out some,
it's
cool stuff.
Fine, man. You guys can rip us off. What is it they say about
imitation is the most sincere form of flattery?
Yeah, I think I was thinking of that one. It was either that or one step is the first step in the longest mile or whatever. It's one of those dog shit quotes.
If you walked 500 miles, would you walk 500 more?
If I walked 500 miles, the only way you'd be able to confirm it is by the treads of my sneakers in the morgue.
So most likely no. You would
think
not walk.
I don't think
500
I'd have the 500 miles left in me just to be the man that walked 1,000 miles and showed up at your door.
Okay, you knew the whole rest of the song. I was just honestly, that's one of those songs where it's like I know that part, and then
That was the next part, man. You're cooking. This is a good bit.
That's all I need.
You want to know a unique honor I have of you and Hell's trip to our Dinger City basement?
I would love.
You both have opted to use my Franken controller.
Dude, it was fun. That thing's kind of crazy. I didn't. The wrist strap threw me off, but like.
Did you put the wrist strap on?
I didn't. Hell's did just to be safe. So I like to live a little more dangerously. You know, a little more life on the edge. Hell's being from up north, they're a little more reserved. From the province up there.
The wrist strap often doesn't come in handy, but let me tell you, when it does, it does. If Hell's gives off like a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 9th or whatever, you will see the wrist strap come into play.
And we can see this become maybe it would happen too fast, so no, not going to happen there. But yeah, we see Jason here getting those hits, but unable to get on the board here. Hell's trying to stay focused, stay locked in. And it's going to start with
fantastic. Boo hit.
Shoo, you don't see Boo hit that one very often. Little, just slight curve. No one was catching that one. No chance. And here
comes my son,
the big bad Boshi.
Nice. I love Boshi. Big news on the Boshi front. Whether you want to admit it or not, he's kind of in Mario Kart World.
Yeah, that's.
The biker skin for Yoshi is dark blue. He's got a spiked collar. He's got sunglasses. They gave him a vest. All I'm saying is with the amount of wacky characters that they put in Mario Kart World, I think there's a chance it might be Boshi. There's no confirmation it's Yoshi yet. It's assumed it's Yoshi. But, dude, if it's Boshi, I'll lose it.
I mean, it's what? We got the guys that flip you up from Sunshine. I think there's a real chance.
Right? If you got the dolphin can drive a car, but Boshi can't.
Yeah, exactly. I think, the world is, it's a ton of possibilities. Huge spot. That's going to land right there. Big time star
These have been
swing.
just some of the cleanest hits back to back to back. Hell showing why he is indeed a hero.
Yep, indeed. It's just locking in, finding where the defense is not, and woof, what a tough situation here. This is where Jason proves his pudding here.
Yeah, you know what? 100% of whether or not Bowser is good or bad is on this at bat.
Yep, we're running it back right here because this is where Jason can really, show if Bowser's really worth the mustard or not here. 2-2 count. Bowser, Chem. Uh-oh. That's going to lead, not lead the arm.
Oh! Bowser's so good! Bowser once again showing why he's the goat of all goats. Wario getting benched on the catcher's mound.
He's out of there.
Petey makes that play, I suppose.
Petey now is gonna have a chance with Boomerang Bro. Wario is gonna get an earful in the dugout for sure.
I'd love to see Petey make a big play to prevent the ground. Right now. Peter.
No. 2 strikes here. Good take.
Oh man. Jason is, I believe this is, Crit Nick might debate it because he's got an ego problem. But I think most of Dinger City would call Jason our best pitcher. Okay. So Hell's, eating this much, schnackage meat off of Jason is impressive, to say the least.
Yeah, and that's Hell's is really good. I mean, that's just, there's no way around it. He can pitch, he can hit, he's in every game. And approaching Mercy territory here if things start going well. We got Mario with 2 fireballs.
A really good Mario star could do it.
Yep.
It'd have to be a really good one.
Yeah, to clear the bases, it's had to be a perfect one.
Well, the barrels, there are things that could put Mario on third for sure.
I forgot. This starts off with hazards.
The Dinger City way.
As should be the standard. I'm very pro hazards. I think they're wonderful.
Almost. I'm still sinking though. That was. I know I got that dog in me.
Yeah, going for it.
And he's barking. Wait, Donkey Kong. Everybody wants to be Donkey Kong.
We'll see here now with Kem with Boo able to tech here on jungle. Let's see if Hells goes for it.
He's
Indeed.
charging.
Yes, because this is jungle, so hit well with tech and Kem. This ball could leave the yard in a hurry.
I'd love to see
But
it.
he's got to make contact, unfortunately, first.
That's true.
I mean,
Often required.
I wish I could talk as much.
Right
smack as-
up Main Street again.
Wow.
That time making the play. Jason going to fend off entering Mercy territory. Let's see what he can do now.
7-11 always open for Hells on the hits and runs. Runs and hits if you wanted to be reading properly left or right on the scoreboard. King Boo.
Uppies, but not quite far enough.
Avoids the barrel as well. Big star chance here. That's going to be over there for strike.
That's going to be over there.
It's, that's over whatchamacallit, the dish. Dude, Hells is even talking smack about me while playing. I can't even get.
You
like,
can't escape
I
it. He's on
literally
comms,
can't.
you're getting smacked. He's in the booth, you're somehow still getting smacked.
It's like it's constant junk from him. But
I gotta be so honest, dog. So today is my first day meeting Hells.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, dude made me laugh a fuck ton in the 8 minutes I first met him. Secondly, and perhaps more importantly, I was shocked when these guys. Oh! It goes both ways. He was here yesterday. Wow, Wario's still finding a way to choke. But the second thing I was shocked about was that Hells is the same age as Dennis.
Yeah. Hells emerged from the crypt during the Cleopatra era there in Egypt, and then migrated to be part of one of the founders of Canada. Actually,
Very cool.
It's actually from Newfoundland, is where he's originally from. Where he was, he emerged from a burrow of moose pelts, and not only that, he established Newfoundland, and then was one of the founding people of the Maple Syrup Preservation Society.
Oh wow,
So-
that's a lot of reps under his
Hells
belt.
samples and tastes maple syrup 32 times every hour during the workday.
And that's crazy because Dennis has achieved nothing in the same amount of time.
Dennis has a home.
Dennis does have a home. Very true.
And
And if he pays enough money, he'll have test results. soon
Whoa,
enough, too.
that's
that
pretty
was
cool
a fun
right
little
there.
trick move.
If this was NBA Street, that would have been worth some bonus points towards a game breaker right there.
Dude, NBA Streets, that's the one with Mario, Peach, and
That's
Lu-
Volume
Luigi
3,
in
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Dude, I had that for the GameCube, and I was like, it's so crazy that I could be these characters. I think it's infinitely more crazy when you pick two normal people and one of them. Though.
Yeah.
I love being like, oh yeah.
Allen Iverson's dishing it to Mario
Yeah.
there. He's just slamming it home.
It's so good. I think every sports game should have 3 guest stars like that
Absolutely.
in every game going forward. I would love to boot up like Madden 26 and be like, and coming in off the left side bench is SpongeBob SquarePants.
And let's see him play at the plate. Boshi's
Oh,
gonna be safe.
another run for Hells.
And-
All
right,
this is the at-bat that will determine whether or not Bowser truly is the best in the game, and he is taking a walk.
So, what's the most obscure sports spin-off game you can name?
What's the most obscure?
Oh, perfect backflip fair! Let's go! You do not see the backflip as going fair very often. That's huge. Wow.
That was fucking
Whoa,
gnarly. Another dink off the pole.
I thought yours was one of the highest ones I've seen off the pole in the first game. We just saw one more, and we saw it in Stars Off, too.
All right, Jason is officially in Mercy territory, so he's going to have to be careful. Most obscure sports game spinoff. I really, as far as the ones that there's probably plenty I don't know about, but every time we played Nicktoons MLB on the channel, I felt like we were doing something crazy. It was the way that games work is that it forces you pick an MLB team, and they give you, I think, 4 or 5 players from that MLB team, and then you round out your team with Nicktoons. So your team will be 5 of the Yankees, Ang,
Zim.
the Zim, the Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy. Like it was that Nicktoons MLB. If it controlled a little better, I really would have pioneered for that game to be on our channel more. Unfortunately, it is one of those Wii games that only has motion controls.
Ugh.
And unfortunately, I feel like that's always a death nail for a game like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're due for Mario Baseball 3 any day now. Switch 2 for
It'll
sure.
happen. Mario, put it everywhere. Mario Baseball for Switch 2. I got one with the cereal mascots You could be the bee from what brands are those? Count
Honey
Chocula?
Nut Cheerios.
Well, no, like the overall brand, like Post
Kellogg's?
or is it Kellogg's? I can't remember which one.
So
they
it's like
are.
Kellogg's baseball.
Yeah, but so you can have Count Chocula going up against the Yankees and stuff. Played on the PC.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
Yeah,
Was it one of those games that like came in the cereal box?
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, I remember so vividly the Extreme Sports game that came in the Cocoa Puffs, and you were the bird. Before the bird's gimmick was crazy, it was the bird was the Extreme Sports.
Right.
And it was like a bunch of Extreme Sports game on a CD-ROM.
And that's it. It's over. Hell's locked and loaded.
Hell's is today's hero. Jason, unfortunately, taken down. 1 win for Dinger City, 1 win for the guests, as God intended.
You know, I guess I'm happy for Hell's, but I'm still cursed in this godforsaken place. But so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Dinger City
Out!